Welcome to our special interview series with Chris Costa, Senior Immigration Attorney at Drummond Advisors. In these videos, we'll dive into some important USA visa programs for investors and professionals. But before we start, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow Drummond Advisors on Instagram and LinkedIn. In this first video, we will explore the EB5 Immigrant Investor Program, answering quick questions about this program. Chris, welcome to our series of videos. The first question about the EB5 visa is kind of general. What is the EB5 visa and who is it for?
hmm Hi, nice to be here, Lucas. So the EB5 visa is the immigrant investor classification. It's in the fifth category, which isn't in preference because the EB5 visa was created after the four employment-based preference categories. It's for uh, it's for foreign nationals who seek to come to the United States on the basis of an investment, which can either be an active investment in their own business or a business they own a percentage of, no minimum percentage, or a passive investment through a regional center, which is an entity approved by USCIS to coordinate investments from foreign nationals for purposes of the EB5 program.
All right, so talking about the investment itself, how much do you need to invest to qualify for the EB5?
So the general investment amount is $1,050,000, which will be adjusted for inflation as of 2027, and uh, the program might actually be reformed at that time through regional centers or general practice for regional centers is to offer investments that qualify for the minimum of $800,000, which would be for projects that operate in an area of high unemployment, a rural area, or infrastructure projects.
All right, and what are the job creation requirements under this EB5 program?
So 10 direct jobs must be created within the created and sustained within the 2-year conditional residence period. So that I guess could be created after the petition. Petition takes a while to approve, and then during the 2-year conditional residence period, those jobs would have to actually enter payroll or remain on payroll. There's a requirement of 10 jobs per investor. When applying through a regional center, regional centers can use indirect jobs. There's like a calculation that an economist would do, and they would count jobs that were created I guess through the supply chain, vendors, construction workers that aren't like direct employees of the job creating entity, etc. So, for regional centers, it might be easier to reach the job creation requirements.
So, and how long does it take to get a green card through this investment on EB5 program?
hmm So, there's a two-part process. The first step would be the merit-based petition, either a petition for a direct investment or a regional center investment. These petitions are taking about a year to be approved. Uh, Petitions for projects that are located in a rural area have priority pursuant to the current the current statute for the EB5 program. And we've been seeing them approved maybe within like 6 to 10 months. So it is faster. The second step would be applying for the actual immigration benefit, the green card. And this can be either done in the United States through adjustment of status or abroad through consular processing. If done in the United States through adjustment of status, might take maybe like 6 months because adjustments of status for employment-based petitions are uh, being given preference over family petitions at the moment, which had historically had preference. So they're going a little faster. For people that are in the United States in a non-immigrant category, uh, preferably not tourism, but in a non-immigrant category at the time of the EB5 investment, they could actually file uh, the EB5 petition and the adjustment of status concurrently. So it's just a question of waiting for approval of the petition and then uh, adjustment of status following. Could be done separately as well, but it's an advantage that everything can be done together. For people that are outside of the country at the moment of the EB5 petition, then the investor would have to wait for consular processing abroad. It depends on, I guess, the particular availability of the consulate at that time. There are documents to submit, etc. But the whole process might take about 6 months at that point.
Right. So the last question about the EB5 program. What are the risks and benefits of this investment?
Well, the risks, I guess, the main risk would be what happens to my investment funds. Every investor obviously wants their funds to be returned, but the nature of the EB5 program is that the investment funds must be at risk. Like any business venture, uh, you know, return of the funds can't be guaranteed. So due diligence is very important. That's the main takeaway for investors. If investing in their own business, then obviously, their risk would be the business not succeeding. Maybe if investing through a regional center, they should definitely look into like a bigger, more established regional center with a proven track record. They'll have access to all that documentation, and they should also be reviewing or have specialists review the project's documentations.
Right. Thank you, Chris, for answering these questions about the EB5 program. I have to say thank you for the audience. And for more information about the EB5 program, access our website. The link is on description and let's do it together. Thank you.